Well, hello, my dear friends. This is Maria Brophy here, and I am going to talk to you about something that I know you've been thinking about. And it's this: how do you become a famous artist? Now, I get this question a lot, actually. In the mastermind that I run, I had a couple artists ask me this question over the last year. And I know the answer to this. I know what it takes. So I'm going to give you the playbook right now. So get ready to take notes, and I'm going to show you examples. So you're going to get to see the artists I'm talking about, the ones that did all these things. So there's 5 main things that you need to do to become a famous artist. And number 1 is to produce a lot of art. Be prolific. If you think about all the famous artists out there, you think about Picasso and Andy Warhol and Salvador Dalí, and then you think about the modern day artists that are still alive today that are super famous, like Teal Duncan and Brophy and Guy Harvey. They all have produced large amounts of work. Picasso is said to have created 10,000 works of art in his lifetime. So that's number 1. Number 2, you have to become known for either a style or a statement or a theme. So I'm going to give you a couple examples. Andy Warhol, not only did he become known for the style of art that he did, but he actually created that style. Another one is Salvador Dalí, who was like a key figure in the surrealistic movement. Think of every single famous artist out there. They have their own style. And I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you examples of artists who have their own style and also are highly prolific. Here's Picasso's paintings. This is his website. There's hundreds of works of art on here. But what I want to show you is I'm going to give you an example of a style, okay? So Brophy's art. This is a very distinct style right here. Do you see the style? So there's mountains, there's ocean, there's music, but it all has the same style. Those bright colors, those the surreal images. Some of the art is edgy, like super edgy, you know, like with mean fish and these, like a scorpion and just, right? Here's another style, totally different style of art. This is Teal Duncan's art. And she's a modern day artist. She's a still alive today. She's a young woman, young mother of several children and a wife. And as you can see, all her art is very cohesive style, and this is her style. When you see a Teal Duncan painting, you know it's hers, even if it doesn't have her name on it. Number 3, the third thing that you need to do to become a famous artist is have lots of eyeballs. Lots of eyeballs. Not on your head, not on you, but a lot of eyeballs on your art. High volume of number of people that your art touches. Now, in the olden days, like the Andy Warhol days, when I say the olden days, I mean days pre-internet, pre-social media, there was only one way to get lots and lots and lots of eyeballs on your art. And that was to get your body out of your house and have art shows and to show up at art events and to do international art shows. So that's what Salvador Dalí did. Salvador Dalí, in the early 1900s, he was out doing art shows all over the world. He became an international artist. He also did something, and this isn't even included in the things I was going to tell you, but it should be, is that, look at this photo of Salvador Dalí. He was a very unusual character. He was a very eclectic character. He always had a crazy mustache. He always dressed very dapper, and he had a big personality. His personality was so big, he would say things like, "Each morning when I awake, I experience again a supreme pleasure, that of being Salvador Dalí." Pretty dramatic, but that was how he was. Nowadays, the way you get lots of eyeballs on you and your art is through social media, of course, through Instagram and through TikTok and Facebook, although I think Facebook's almost dead now. But that is how you do it now. And I'm going to say the old-fashioned way still works. And in my opinion, doing live events is more important than doing social media, because when you make personal connections with people, that's when you get opportunities to do really big things. But that's another topic for another video on another day. The fourth thing that you need to do to become famous: don't wait to be discovered. Don't wait for anyone to discover you, my dear friend, because nobody's going to discover you. You have to choose yourself. When my husband drew, when he was younger, everybody told him his art was no good. He had a couple of people that supported him, but even his high school guidance counselor told him not to even try to pursue being an artist. And he had formed a new way of painting surfboards, because he's a surfer. He loves to paint, surf, anything. And he developed a new way of doing it. And people were against it. Nobody loved it. And it was, that could have discouraged him. But instead, he just kept going. And that leads me to number 5. Number 5, be consistent and resilient. Never give up. This does not happen overnight, my friends. When, I met Teal Duncan when she was a young girl, just 19, 20 years old. I met her on the beach. I coached her on the beach. We were just hanging out in our bikinis, watching the waves. And that wasn't that long ago. It was about, I'm going to say about 12 or 15 years ago. And now, that sounds like a long time if you're only 22, but trust me, as the time goes on, if you are doing all the things you need to do, you're creating the art, you're producing a lot of art, you are staying true to your own style or to a particular style, and you are becoming known for this, and then you work to get high volume, lots of eyeballs on your art through live events and through social media. You don't wait to be discovered. You make things happen for yourself, and you're consistent and resilient. You will get there. You'll become famous. And what is becoming famous? Why do you even want to become famous? Well, when I say famous, I mean very well known for your art. It doesn't really matter if, you're written about in history books, although that would be nice. It doesn't matter if there's a bunch of museum shows about you. What matters to most of the artists that I work with in my mastermind is that their art is going to make a difference in the world. It's their legacy. And for that to happen, it has to reach a large number of people. So I just gave you the steps. I hope that helps. And hey, if you're interested in the mastermind, check out the link below. Leave me a comment and give me a follow. I'm trying to get to 10,000 followers, and you could help me do it. Love ya. Mean it. See you next time.